What up, what up, what up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Podcast. I'm your host, Slap Rock the King, and I'm in here with the Uncensored crew. Lil Honey, what's up, Lil Honey?
Hey.
How you feeling? You good?
I'm feeling real good. It's been a rough week, but I'm feeling good
Okay,
now.
all right.
I'm back here with y'all.
More wine here. How you doing?
I'm
That
blessed.
was
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Fuck was that? Dog?
That was like the joint that come on at the like a basketball game or something.
I don't know what it is, but it came to my mind.
It's a
So I
horn.
said, I'll run with it.
And you blessed.
But I'm good. I'm blessed every week, every day.
You feel like partying? Because that's just like party music.
I'm blessed.
Okay. Oh, what that mean?
Wait a minute.
What that mean? Lil Honey,
It
what
means
that
I'm
mean?
blessed.
Sound like a little extra.
Yeah.
It was extra.
You got a little extra blessing this week?
Her eyes is like she's side like something coming out your eyes right now. They can't see you,
Is
but
it
I'm
fire?
telling you right. I'm telling y'all right now.
Something shut up in my bones.
Fire and desire is coming out her
Whoa.
eyes.
Whoa, I had a
was-
fucked up week.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah, let the people
Explain,
know.
elaborate.
I don't know shit about
Let
sciatica, sciatic nerves, but I just recently found out about that shit.
Sciatica.
Yo,
That is like that's the term of like the
sciatica.
it's not a disease, right?
No,
I
What
hope
is it?
not.
It's a,
it's a nerve issue.
okay.
What you was about to say? You
I
was
was
about to say something else shit.
No, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a disease.
So
No, it's
Not like in a bad
No,
way,
it's
but
not
you
a-
know.
what's the outcome, basically? Because when we saw you the other
mean
day,
symptoms?
like symptoms, like the next steps, what's going to happen to you? Because right now he's limping.
It just
y'all.
come and go. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy because I was feeling good on Tuesday, and then later on Tuesday afternoon, I started limping. Wednesday I couldn't walk. After y'all left, it was over for me. It was done.
Wow.
I literally was crying like tears like that. I couldn't move. Like I never
Damn.
noticed how much you use your hip for every fucking thing.
Right.
Like I couldn't even get the covers off. The covers was on my foot like this, and I couldn't even kick it off.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. But they shot me up with morphine. I ain't never had morphine before. Ooh, I love
that
that
mean-
high. Oh my God. What? Nick, you ain't never get shot up with morphine before?
No, I've never been injured.
I'm saying, but you was pregnant though. Don't they shoot
Oh,
y'all
no.
up?
It's
They don't
Morphine.
give y'all
epidural.
that?
It's called epidural.
No,
Oh, what's
not morphine.
epidural?
But
What's
I-
stronger?
I'm
Morphine.
not sure.
Morphine strong?
than-
Yeah,
morphine
yeah.
because morphine is gonna do more than epidural is just going to that one part of your body
And
to
numb
numb
it.
your
Yeah.
from the
Well,
waist
that lady
down.
was like, "You gonna feel this in 30 seconds." I felt that morphine in 10 seconds.
So what
It
did
went straight through my body.
are they
Like-
gonna make you have to do that all the time for you to have some type of relief?
No, so what happens when they put those type of medicines in you? It helps like with the inflammation in your body. It breaks it up. So that's why I'm able to walk today because they shot me with all kinds of stuff and they sent me home with like muscle relaxers, Flex Raw, and some other shit. So
Damn.
Flex rod,
yeah. I got
like a rod. What's that? Flex rod.
No, I didn't say Flex Rod.
Oh,
Flex Raw.
oh, what's that?
Is your mind on some rod?
What is right? You want some freaky
What's up
deaky
with you
shit?
today?
Y'all turn that into something.
No,
freaky.
I'm just saying.
Rod.
So RAW, straight up raw, like
I
raw.
didn't say raw. You know what? Anyway.
Bottom line is the doctors gave you some stuff and now you're able to at least walk, but it's gonna come and go.
I mean, it's not gonna come and go, but like the pain stays for a while, then it goes away after
Okay.
you take the medicine. Like it's not something that stays forever.
right.
So,
I
but
mean,
then,
like, can this nerve happen
It probably
a
could.
year later? Okay.
It probably could.
so
but
it'll
I
go
know-
away. You could be walking fine, and you
Yeah.
might just all of a sudden it'll flare up. Right.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's the fucked up thing about it. Because what if I was about to get some?
I was wondering
I
about
would
that. I'm like,
not
damn,
be-
you ain't
I
getting
would not be able to
pussy all
perform.
You would have been
No.
stuck.
Nah,
Like
Oh, my nigga
they would
didn't
have to
fall
throw
on the
some water
bitch.
on you like a pit.
Oh
to
my
get
God.
ready to be-
You fall on it. This nigga just dead on you. Like, did he die? Did I kill
like
him?
a pit.
like a pit bull.
Like a
my
pit.
Throw some water on him. Get some water. He's
I don't want
stuck.
to picture that at all.
Yeah, so that's kind of what happened to me this week. But I'm back a little bit, and I'm glad that I'm here with y'all. So
Oh, we're glad too.
I appreciate y'all
It was good
helping
to see
me out.
you. Yeah, we was worried. I was like, what in the limp is going on? But, you know.
No more limping for me, so we good.
Oh, okay. You don't have to wear a cane or nothing? I mean, use a cane sometimes. Like that you can pimp that out.
Right.
Especially with your hat right
You
now. You
like
can
a little
cane.
pimp. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I gotta
Beat
wear.
that
I think
bitch
I gotta
with a
wear a
pimp.
cane, but that's it.
Oh, damn.
All right, y'all. So we gonna get right into the show.
We got a lot to talk about today.
Just a little bit. What you think?
A lot.
I know your Sixers fans are happy.
A lot.
All right, are you a Sixers
Yeah,
fan?
I'm a fan because I live in the city. I don't follow basketball like that, but I definitely do watch the playoffs and the games leading
Oh,
up
so
to
you just
them.
really watch football?
No, I watch them. I watch baseball.
You was hyping the Eagles up.
Oh, you said, do I just watch football? No, I don't. But am I a football fan?
That's what I meant.
Hell,
Are you a
yes.
football fan?
But that's not what you asked. You said,
Are you only?
do you just watch football? No. But I do, I'm happy for the Sixers. I was watching the game when they won the game the other day, and I turned the other one off.
Do you only
they
watch when
lost.
they win?
No, I watch when they don't win. I turned the other one off in like the fourth quarter
This nigga lying.
because that was sad when they were in Toronto. That wasn't a good game.
That's what's gonna happen on Sunday.
I hope not.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't follow Sixers like that. I mean, they're a Philly team, so yay, Sixers. If you want to take me to the game, I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'll go to the game
I'll wear
all
my little
day.
fucking jersey and my hat.
Fraud.
I go to every game. I go to the Union. I'll go to the Flyers
But
game.
I don't
go
know.
to any
Like,
game.
I'm not. I know the main 5 players, I believe. But anytime a city team is, playing, I'm going to be there to support. Hell yeah.
I guess
So I'm
so.
glad we're going to Game 7. That's good.
You're not excited for the city?
Who's your team?
I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan. I mean,
Do you like any Philly teams?
no,
So disrespectful.
not at all. People be so mad at me. Like,
I
I know
think you should
people
have
that's
to.
Sixers fans, but like the Cowboys. So
Yeah.
how does that work?
That's like it's
I got a
people
homie. He like the Sixers, but his favorite team is the New England Patriots.
That
How?
doesn't make sense. I
How does
don't
it work?
understand how people who, when you're born and raised in an area, especially
You
a
don't
city
gotta,
like this,
but you don't gotta like that team
Yes,
because
you
you
do.
born. Why?
in a city
Why?
like this, you have to love at least one of these teams.
Yeah.
And
Why?
You should be loving all of them.
Why?
Because this is a city that is really into everything. And these,
Every city
we
is
take
really
this-
into
no, they're
everything.
Not.
No.
Not everybody cares about. Like
Sixers-
the
they say
Eagles
Philadelphia fans are
is the heart
very-
and the soul of this city. You can't tell me that when they won the Super Bowl, the whole city wasn't. It was peaceful for months.
Well,
just because
you gotta
of that.
understand something.
There was
They
no
never,
killings.
because they never won. That's the only reason.
I almost do this.
But
in
I would
this-
say this, like
They never won a Super Bowl
when you
before.
hear about sports, you got the Flyers, the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. They're very prominent teams that everybody in any type of sport genre will know because our teams, and I think that fans do back them up. So I agree. I can.
Every city has that.
Yeah, but
Every city back their team.
I don't know. I get the point of like the liveliness of, I can get the point of the liveliness of the fans and the liveliness.
But
of
just because you live in a city, that doesn't mean you gotta support or root for that fucking team.
But it
Why?
don't matter because in Philly we got more fans than we do haters, so it don't matter.
We sure
I'm not a hater because I don't like the Eagles or the
Yes,
or the
you are.
Flyers. That just make me
You don't
somebody
like
that
the
don't.
Flyers either.
I don't like no Philly team.
But why don't you?
Because I don't. I just don't. Like it's not.
I
It's
never
nothing
get-
on me. It's nothing. It's nothing on those teams that make me say, "Oh, I want to be a fan of that." I don't. I was a fan of I'm a fan of Terrell Owens. So when he was with the Eagles, I was kind of like rooting for him a little bit. But I mean,
Well, thank
come on,
you.
man.
Thank
So growing up, when you were growing up and you started really getting into sports, right? The Broncos was your team.
No, the Colts was. I was.
Yeah.
See, you gotta understand something. I'm a Peyton Manning fan.
I know.
So
I just wanted you to get into
yeah,
this.
and then people be trying to play me because I say I'm a Peyton Manning fan. So it's not like I'm on a bandwagon. Wherever my favorite quarterback went, that's where I went. And now he's retired after.
So
So
you
now who's your team?
And I stayed with Denver, and he been retired for 3 years. So am I on
Why you
anybody's
go back to
bandwagon?
Colts? I don't know. I just feel like
Am I
that's
a
a little
bandwagon?
weird. That's a little weird.
You
That
should
is
just
a
find
little
another
That doesn't
quarterback
make
to
any
love.
sense. That doesn't
Right.
even make any
Find
sense.
a new fan favorite
No,
quarterback and
no.
then go
Why?
there.
Why I want to do that?
I feel like that's super.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird to you guys because you guys are
And
weird.
to everybody else,
What
It's
about
only because I don't like the Eagles.
no, it's just
it's because
because
you don't? How do you like not like one team in the city that you grew? You
I
rep for your
like-
city though. Do you love living here?
Philly,
You love that
where
you grew up
I
here?
I love North Philly
So
all
when
day.
somebody like, where you from? You proud to say I'm from Philly.
Yep, I'll be like, I'm from
Like,
North
what
Philly.
about
I'll be like, I'm
those
from
Eagles?
North
Me and
Philly.
Kevin Hart were good with, right?
Huh?
Me, Kevin Hart, Will Smith, they're all fine.
Meek, Kevin Hart, Will Smith, Patty.
The Eagles.
No. I ain't going with no fucking. John Singleton died, and he was what? He was really young.
Yeah.
know.
51.
It's
And
almost the same age as my
It's crazy
my mom.
because with every time it's a death in the family or something like that, family members always tripping. So the mother and the daughter is beefing over the money in the estate because the
So
daughter
sad.
think if the mom get the power, then the kids ain't gonna get no money, and the mom think when if the daughter get power, then the mother ain't gonna have no money.
Are you talking about his mother or his wife?
No, his mom. He's
And
not.
his
I don't think
kids?
he's married.
Okay, I don't know.
Hey, I don't
really
think
not
think
sure.
he's married. I don't believe he's married. Because if anything, it would go to his wife, not his mom.
Right.
So I don't believe that he's married.
Well,
He
actually,
was
the kids
super
would be
young.
the next
51 years old, I think.
Yeah.
That's very young.
51,
He
man.
died of like a stroke is probably the one thing that I'm scared of because you can't really you can control whether or not you get a stroke to a certain degree.
I ain't know that.
But that's something that can come out of nowhere. You can be
Like my
severe-
sciatica.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That shit came out of nowhere, though. I was just
It's-
walking regular. Like,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could just be, your blood pressure get high and you might have a stroke, or you could be stressed out and have a stroke, and and not even know when it's going to come. You can get some symptoms if you know the signs of a stroke, and maybe you can avoid it in some way. But sometimes it just sneak up on you and you be messed up, or you might even die. It's sad.
oh, you know what? Let me go back to Philly real quick. Because this is one person I do love from Philly.
Oh, my God.
Come on, you ain't going to clap for. North Philly got their own Nipsey Hussle.
Who?
Sword.
Oh, I forgot about Sword.
Sword.
I
Come
mean,
on.
they
Saw
own
beat
Nipsey
that
Hussle.
case. Come on, man. You don't like Saw?
I'm trying to figure out how she beat the case when she really
Come
stole
on,
money.
fuck that. Fuck that. Y'all just got on me about not liking the Eagles, and this lady give away book bags, toys for fucking underprivileged kids, and you ain't gonna clap?
Some of them are
You
underprivileged.
stole money from the government.
Robin Hood did it all the fucking time.
People
What
steal
you
money from the
talking about?
government every day.
And
dude.
I'm not a fan of those people, so because I get up and go to work and I
man.
take care of y'all badass kids is getting
Oh,
free
that's
shit from
crazy.
Saul.
So
So no.
That's fucked up.
I mean, it
That's
doesn't
fucked
make
up.
a difference to me whether or not.
So my thing is she paid this money back? Like, what's gonna happen?
Don't
Because-
matter. It don't matter. She beat the case and she ain't going to jail.
I want
she
to
a
know
hero.
how
She a
beat the
legend.
case
She's
anyway.
a hero,
Yeah, she a
a
hero.
legend.
Yeah.
All right,
I
can we
feel like
control
she
these
does
words?
a lot for the community or whatever.
I mean,
but
She
I mean,
do more than any
I
state
don't-
representative, any fucking legislator in this fucking
just because
city.
she's on, no, that's not true. So that's what you know. Because she's on IG and the way she's promoted.
All right,
There's
what
a
do
lot
you-
of people doing a lot of things,
Like
but
what?
nobody
Yeah.
knows.
Like what?
Because nobody cares to know.
Like what?
So certain things are promoted.
There's
and that's
people who
why
do
a
book
lot.
bag drives
Yes,
and
that stuff happens all the
Christmas toys
time.
Right,
and
they-
all
people
that.
yeah,
have,
yeah, people
they have
do that.
things for children, but because it's not a
They
certain
don't
name
do
on
it the way Saw do it though.
yeah,
Y'all
but that don't
see-
mean
They
it's the
don't
right
do
way.
it the way Saw do
And she
it,
did it
though.
the wrong way. So what she's promoting is illegal
Well,
shenanigans.
What
And
I will
ain't for
say
it.
is,
Hood
unfortunately,
did it.
somebody
and I'm not
snitched
promoting
on
that
her.
word. I don't
Yeah,
give a
That's
fuck.
how she got
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
always
'cause
like
some
that.
And then
haters
that's the
snitched on her.
problem. People want to glorify. Okay, she did certain things, but glorifying bad situations. What she did was
stole
wrong.
from the corrupted fucking government.
I don't give
You
a fuck.
mad about that?
I am.
You mad
Watch-
about the
watch-
government?
watch your hand.
I'm really not mad about
I'm
it.
mad about her.
I don't care.
Because you're saying the government,
She
but
took
who paid?
$37,000 from the government and gave to her people, and you mad about
Who
that?
was paying?
That's not what she did was
You was
is-
one of them
she
slaves
was
that
collecting
that snitched on Harriet Tubman. No, Sojourner
Why-
Truth.
why you
You was
call-
one of them. You was one of them.
She's-
I can't
she-
walk no more, Max. I'm going back.
Relax.
what
I
she
can't fucking
did
believe
was
it.
Okay.
collect the checks when she had a business is what she wasn't
Hello.
supposed to be doing. She didn't necessarily take that money and use it for that. And then also when she does
How did
do
she-
stuff like that,
Yes, she did.
people donate that stuff, and she's
But that was
still
all
be
on the
making people
after
get
effect.
up.
That was
you know.
all on the after effect until she got where she needed.
Bottom line is this: Saul is a legend. And look, before we go into our next segment, I just want to give a shout out to the nigga in Wisconsin who stole 22 bottles of Henny.
You want to shout out everybody doing wrong.
Because so what? 22 bottles of Henny. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? You done turned over a new leaf. So
But-
you wouldn't drink one bottle of that?
He stole 22 bottles of Henny.
20 and he walked out scot-free.
What's up, y'all? We're back here with Wine Says, and I got a semi-long, not really letter that we're getting ready to go through to see what y'all have to say about this. So here we go. Hey, guys. I was scrolling through my timeline and saw a post for questions and advice, so here we go. Do women and men date down or marry up, or is it the opposite? After seeing Russell Wilson carrying Sierra's purse without a problem, I really have to reevaluate the way I select men. Not that I use celebs as a guideline for my life, but come on, how many future-like men are actually good men? I just can't see myself being married to a thug. How do you all date, and how would you marry, up or down? Okay, so
Is she retarded?
well, I mean, in my opinion, I'm just going to say, this is Wine Says.
She's slow.
In my opinion,
Wait till your part.
It's just retarded.
I think that women tend to date up and marry down. Because in most cases, if you're not dating with any intentions, you know, especially, I just say as a woman, specifically in my opinion, if you're not dating with any intentions, I'm going to date whoever I like the way that they look on the surface. I'm not really looking for anything to stimulate me besides in the physical realm of things. So I'm not looking for you to be all that I want in a man to marry.
So that's dating up?
Let me finish. So
you said up, and I'm like,
listen, I'm talking about, because like when you're in a when you want to be in a relationship, right? And you date, you're not looking for just surface level things most of the time. So you could probably, if you meet somebody that may have everything that you're looking for in a guy or a woman, for the long haul, they may have all that stuff, but they may not be as perfect as you may want somebody to be with. You, as soon as you look at them, you're not like, oh my God, I want to fuck him or her. Like, he might just be attractive, but you're not really all wrapped up into him like that. I feel like if you're just out here dating somebody, the physical is what always catches your eye as fast. Sometimes you meet the person who you're going to be with for the long haul in different. It might be something about them that you may not normally like when you first meet them, but you grow to like them in different ways. They may have other things about them that you may like. So to me, I think that in most cases, men, I think they usually marry up and date down, because I feel like they'll date women that aren't worth a damn. And then they'll marry somebody that looks good, but don't be worth a damn, don't do nothing that they want them to have necessarily. But then they'll date somebody who's supposedly everything that, the opposite. Like, they could be a stripper and not really. I don't know. The strippers are bad because there's some good strippers out here. But I think that women date down and marry. No, what did I say?
Right, because
I think that women date down and marry up. Yeah, no, marry down and date up. That's what I said. I'm trying to look at my answer. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to say that I think, let me speak about a woman because I'm a woman, but I think for me, I probably, honestly, for myself, I'm going to date down and up because I don't fucking know what you are until I see you. So for me, it's hard to say if I'm going to marry up because my ass ain't been married. So I feel like I try to date guys that are potential people for me to marry. Now, the difference is if I'm just fucking you, it can be down because I need your dick to be good. So that might be where the down part happens.
Well, that's why I said if you don't have any intention.
Right. And it comes to sex. But if I'm dating somebody, if I'm spending energy, because for me, dating is energy. Anytime that I got to call you, check up on you, and just do that whole dating thing. Dating is energy. I'm spending time and energy. I have to see some type of potential for me. And everybody's different. Like, for me, I tend to date guys that are not as equally established, and it's not even on purpose. I just feel like I always end up getting that.
That's dating down.
But it might not. But why is that down? Because he might treat me really well. So is it down because he might not have a better job than me? So it really depends on what you consider down.
Well, I think it depends on
because some people
your
can
intentions.
have a good fucking job and is an asshole. So on paper, like me and my girlfriends call them, they're good on paper. They look good. They got a good job. They got a nice house and car, but they are nasty to you. They never call you. They don't check up on you. They don't think about cute gifts. or they don't want to spend no real money on you, that could be down too. So I think it really depends on which you're up and which you're down.
I think it depends on because if you're just trying to fuck, why do you care about all that?
But I'm saying, even if I'm dating you, that's what I'm saying. If I'm dating you, I care about all of that. And I want the out and the inside part. I want what your outside life is like and what the inside life is like. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want somebody that's just good on paper. And some people think that's up, and that's not up. Just because he has a nice house I'm catching him in the in between stages. You know what I'm saying? You could be a really good guy and you just got out of a bad divorce with a woman and now you got to stay with your mom. I don't know your situation, so how can I assume just from this situation that you're down? So it really depends on, in your brain, what do you consider down and what do you consider up? Like, I know what my standards are and what I kind of like. You need to at least have one thing for sure, two things for certain is ambition. And your ambitious self does not have to be what I like, but you need to be ambitious about something, not just sitting around being lazy. It could be a 9 to 5. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to be decent or for me to look at you. But for me, I really think it depends on what you consider down and what you personally consider up.
What was the point of her bringing up Russell Wilson in that fucking podcast?
I think that's a good point because everybody talked about that.
Because I don't know.
Everybody, there was a whole big thing about her leaving Future because Future was the rapper, chains, big cars, shiny stuff, and a lot of girls. Everybody made a big thing about her leaving Future and then going to Russell Wilson. They thought it was two polar opposites of men. So it was a big thing.
Was. So every time something happens, like I saw when this article came out, and people were like, "That wouldn't be me." Like, what difference does it make if you're somewhere and you're walking with your wife and she asks you to hold her purse for a second?
Right.
That don't make you any less of a man.
It really don't.
For doing that.
If you don't,
but I'm not doing it.
If I ask you to hold my pocketbook and you can't hold it, you're an asshole. Like, what if I need to tie my shoe?
I will be. Well, I mean, I'll hold it. Russell was walking with that shit though. Like,
what if she holding the baby in the bottle?
When she was breastfeeding.
Right. Listen, man.
You better hold that bag.
Fuck no.
How if your wife asks you to hold a
number one, my wife know me, so my wife know. Oh no, Slap ain't gonna hold this bag too long. So
too long.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be prancing around like Russell was. He's prancing around like it was fucking his. I ain't doing that shit. I can't. So look, certain people. I think you need to date and marry on not up and down, but y'all gotta be on the same fucking level.
Well, yeah.
Fuck all that up and down shit. Like certain men, they marry up so they can go down, meaning so they can be lazy. You got women that will take care, and then you got women that do the same thing that marry up so they can go down. You know what I mean? So they can fucking be lazy or just be and there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. But if you got to do shit around the house. Like you being a stay-at-home mom and, ain't shit done around the crib, ain't no fucking dinner made. Like, you really transform into a bum.
I think it might depend on the state.
I'm hungry.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. Let me just clarify that. But a stay-at-home mom job is not as easy as I think some people think that it is, especially when you're not doing it.
Tell me how hard it is.
With a newborn, it's difficult. It's not
with
easy.
a newborn for sure.
What's harder?
Because first of all,
if you had a 9 to 5 and you had to take care of your kid.
That would be probably easier.
It would be.
It's
would be
easier.
So easier is having a 9 to 5.
Yes, because somebody else is taking care of your child.
It was easier when I was staying home. I was like ready to go back to work. I was like, oh my God, this is too much. Because you're with that child all day long. You're taking care of them. You need that fucking break. At work is different.
And when they sleep, you have to sleep because if you got a child, not everybody has a child that sleeps through the night.
So are we talking about in a marriage?
No, we're talking about if you're I guess if you're married and you're a stay-at-home mom.
So what husband that doing all this?
Well, I know people that's married.
When he comes home,
he's tired so he want to go to sleep.
It depends on the people because some people think that. Some people have the intent think that if you have a stay-at-home mom, that means that she doing all the cleaning and all that stuff, and then when you come home, the mother is still doing all that stuff for the rest of the night.
I don't know about doing all the cleaning and shit, but food definitely got to be done.
I want a man that can cook so we can do this shit.
Do you cook?
I do. I cook all the time.
Yeah, I would like for them to be able to cook.
They make with cheese and green.
Because if you can split the responsibility, that's the perfect world. If you to work to be a stay-at-home mom and then you come home and then because for me, like for the first 7 months of my child's life, I was home with him, and by the time when his dad came home from work, he worked second shift. I was exhausted, and that's even with taking naps during the day. Everything was done in the house, but he had the night shift. He stayed up with him. If he woke up in the middle of the night, he did all of that. That worked, but some people don't want to do that. Some people be like, some men will be like, no, that's your job.
Yeah. Or they like, oh, I got you, and the next day they sleep because they worked all day. So it's, it's definitely something that has to work out.
I want people to stop thinking there's a bunch of Russell Wilsons out there because it's just one. It's just one rich lame nigga.
Why he lame though? Why is he lame?
Come on, man.
Like, ain't nothing wrong with Russell. I fuck you, Russell.
Nothing wrong with Russell because y'all like what he do for his wife, and that's fine. But when we say lame, we talking about like how he dress, how he talk. Like Tim Duncan was a lame. Tim Duncan is one of the biggest lames ever. Because he talks correct, he's a lame. What? That is so shallow. That is very shallow. That's a very shallow statement. Very shallow. You're shallow. Because he talk different makes him. You said that's shallow. Yeah, to say that the way he talks makes him a lame. I don't see that as like how he makes him a lame. I don't. So what do you consider a lame when you're looking at a guy?
That's really up to everybody's.
I want to hear what's a lame.
Is a lame person? I'm probably
if a nigga that dressed like Russell Wilson.
I never seen him dress. He dressed regular to me.
Horrible.
I've never seen. First of all, had these celebrity people dress horrible.
Foreman Mills type dude.
Oh, that's lame.
Is he really?
Foreman Mills type dude.
I don't know if he's really that bad.
Unless they going out. He Foreman Mills type dude. And he came up to you.
With the big pants.
Hey, how you doing? Is it Kyra?
Yeah. I heard you on the radio.
I ain't corny in the videos they make on Instagram. You about the surfboard? Oh my God.
I never heard that.
So why he gotta talk like Future? Hey, yeah, what?
Why need him talk like Future? I don't understand.
You want him to ad-lib on all the conversations?
But I'm just saying,
like, what you supposed to do?
I'm just saying, like, if a nigga like that came to you, if he came like that to you, Foreman Mills, and mannequin fresh. Huh?
And Russell Wilson came to me. I was like, how you doing? Hey, Russell. Let me stop playing Russell.
No, you wouldn't.
But you know
no,
what?
The fuck you wouldn't.
In comparison, in all actuality, that would be Sierra marrying up because he may, on the surface, may not be like somebody she liked.
Exactly.
With his clothes.
She had a train. He had a drip on. Quote unquote. Exactly. He wasn't cloudy.
Sierra married up with maybe attitude era. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Everything else is, you know what I mean? They on the same type level. They both making good. They both rich and famous. You know what I'm saying? Just one wear tight pants and one still dressed like it's 99. That's the only. And one talk like fucking Doogie Howser.
There's nothing wrong with that. See, the reason why I say this is because when I lived in Jersey and I came to Philly, everybody talked about the way I talk, and I'm like, that does not mean.
Yeah, I forgot you from Jersey.
Right, and I was like,
you like lames. I forgot you from Jersey, so you like lames.
She like these long chains and Jabot jeans.
and his pockets be nice and fat.
I know that's right.
He's educated.
So you saying people from Philly aren't educated?
Yeah, because when I moved to Philly, nobody was going to class, but that's another story to go. I was like, well, we don't go to class around here. I'm the only one in class with my notes and shit.
But they still pass though.
Because
I think it just depends on, because when I moved from Catholic school to public school, it was a whole different world for me. I was like, you can say that?
You curse at the teachers?
All right, little honey, you get yourself together because we gonna go into yours next.
All right, I'm getting hot now. Hey guys, well, y'all ready today? I got some stuff to talk about. You know what I mean? You good? Don't be scared.
I don't even know what these acronyms mean.
BDSM?
Yeah.
Can you tell us when you get into that, please?
Oh, Jay must know.
Jay must know. Jay, you know.
Oh, I'm here on the right day for this shit. What the fuck is this shit?
All right, so bondage.
Oh, that's what the B is?
Yeah, bondage, dominant, submissive, sadist, all that.
Say it again.
Bondage, dominant, sadist, submissive, all that's mixed in there. It's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch.
So that got something to do with Satan?
Like with the devil?
It's saying that it represents sadists, people that are sadists. Mm-hmm. All right. So basically, BDSM is a way of life for some people. of their lifestyle. Wow. But there's different levels to BDSM. Okay. So for the bondage part and like the dominance and like the submissives, I just want to talk about it. Like, I think, I dated someone that is into BDSM and that's what he does. And he tried to introduce it to me. And I was like wondering, how far will I go? You know what I mean? So there's some different levels to it. You got just a regular like bondage, like you wrap me up while we're having sex, and that's it. And there's some people who
like a mummy.
No, not a mummy, but like the regular, the simple basic shit of just a handcuff to the bed.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like handcuffing, blindfold. That's a level
mouth
of BDSM.
Gags, like ball gags.
Yeah, mouth gags.
Oh, you like ball gags in your mouth?
No, not me. But that's a level of
just regular balls.
Regular balls are fine. I'm just fine with the regular balls. I can teabag all day. You know what I mean? Regular balls is good. The ball gag is a little bit too much.
Dip your balls into my
baby, dip. Come on, dip.
But when I was watching the scene, so it basically when there is a dominant person and he's doing, having a scene. So a scene is basically when you're in a moment with the person, when you're doing a scene. So the person can be up on chains and they can be getting whipped, feathered, or whatever. So I was watching a scene with someone, and I was like cringing because I can't do everything. But there was some parts that I was like, I low-key enjoy this, and I'm getting turned on.
What was it?
So you're gonna be like, oh my God, Kyra, you're so corny. But it was like the feathers. Which is something as simple.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Because
you like feathers?
I do. So basically, he was just taking the feathers and he was just going up and down her back with them, going down her legs. That was just the beginning. Now, trust me, the scene went on for a while, and she was a motherfucking G. Because he started with the feathers, then he went into whips. So there was different kinds of whips. So he was like whipping her and going back and forth.
You got the slave whip,
the
Game of Thrones whip.
Yeah, there was some whip that was like, it was one that was like, looked like a long tongue. And like there's skinnier whips and fatter ones, and each whip can do something different. So the fatter ones, I think, are a little bit better than the skinny ones. The skinny ones is like, they sting.
Which one you like?
So I did have a little scene with one. So what I allowed him to do was tie me up like to a table. Tie me up. Why you take your head off? Really? He tied me up to the table, and he started with the feathers, and then did all that, and it really, like, my pussy got wet. Wow. And he's not even at this point. He's not touching you or nothing. And let me be careful. Before all this, you have a conversation with the person. So a lot of people think that this person is just whipping the shit out of you and that's it. No, you really have a conversation with the person. You talk about what's your no's and what's your yeses, and I'm like, no for certain things. Like, I don't want no heavy whip. I don't want no red. I don't want you whipping me hard. I want soft. Everything soft. And he asked me like, what's my word? Like my word. Like, you know how people say pineapples? Right. I forgot what I said my word was. I don't even remember. But I had a word of like like stop. I think it was like red or something like that. Like if I say for like red, like, okay, you're going too hard. But you had this conversation so he knows what you're open to. Now
how is the conversation like how we're talking now?
Yeah.
Or is it like an interview? Like, so what would you say is
with
your
me?
safe word?
It was a conversation, but when he first introduced this to me, he had a list of questions. Like, it was a fucking process, and he even wanted me to sign this piece of paper. I'm like, I'm not signing shit.
A waiver?
It was a
waiver. Basically, I don't know.
Die.
I was like, I'm not signing this fucking paper. But we did have a conversation, and I told him what I was interested in. So, and he has this, like, it's called a pinwheel, which can hurt a little bit, but I like that. That was kind of good.
Some pain is good.
Some pain is good. But I think for me, it adds a little bit of spice. Now, granted, I'm not in BDSM into the world that a lot of people are in. Like the other girl, like I said, she's in it. She got full scene, whips and chains. But I think it's interesting to kind of spice it up a little bit.
Like when somebody recording y'all?
No, scene means it's basically having sex. So like whatever y'all do. And
then at the end, when you come,
you don't
say end scene.
Like cut,
right?
Done,
nut.
They be like,
but you know what? The thing about it is,
scene.
Sometimes the guy don't even have sex, so you can do all that and there's no penetration happening at all.
Who the fuck?
What?
Come on,
they
man.
do?
It's too fucking
they
weird
do.
Me,
They do all of that and there's no penetration. Now, granted, the one
you
thing
can
I watched.
climax from that?
You did what he ended up doing
what's
for
it?
me towards the end. We ended up fucking because
You was like, I gotta get some of this dick.
yeah, I needed some dick.
Okay.
But I've
That's
seen
just
other
safe.
stories.
The feathers wasn't good enough.
Feathers wasn't enough.
Okay.
But there was some I watched the scene and they didn't do nothing. And the girl had a whole orgasm in front of everybody, and it was like, oh, okay.
What about him? What about men? Do they have it without?
Well, he didn't
Without
speak on
any
it.
kind
I don't know. I think if you're in a dominant position or if you're, they call it a top, you get off on just doing that. Like
They
that's
call
what
it
you
the
like.
top?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they.
So what is there
You ain't
anything
even gotta
that you
ask
do?
me. I ain't even answering this shit.
I mean, there's nothing that you would do.
No.
There's no way you're never going to do handcuffs. Nothing.
No.
What if the girl asks you like, "Can you handcuff me?"
I handcuff her. She
I'm
ain't-
not talking about you. What would you
Oh.
do to a woman?
Yeah, I might put handcuffs on her and I don't know, might use some hot candle wax or some shit.
Now the
That-
wax is
I do that.
something I haven't done, but
The wax
it's
is great.
popular.
Why you ain't do that?
I'm still new to this.
How?
I
Very
don't
new.
know which is better,
I'm like
the
a baby.
hardening of the wax
I
or
don't
the
know.
actual
I might have to Google that.
sensation of.
I think the
like
sensation
both of them
the
are great.
warmth.
Yeah.
The warmth of
The
the
warmth.
air.
Sometimes it can be like kind of a slight burn, but not to the point where you
I
get,
don't want
like,
my fucking
not,
skin to
not
burn.
that
Not-
kind of burn, but like
No,
you
I ain't
know,
talking
like,
about a real candle.
What you talking about? A fake
No,
candle?
no, I'm not talking about the candle you get when the lights go out in your house. They got candles. They got fucking erotic candles,
Yeah,
like
I
it's
know.
They got-
massage oil.
Yeah, but
When you
some of-
light it-
So wait,
some of those-
so you're
some
saying
of
once
those
it
still
drips,
harden.
it drips down as oil.
Yes.
No, yeah, once it drip on, and you massage it, it's like a
Yeah, I
oil.
think I've seen that.
Yeah,
I ain't
some
talking about
of-
that shit that
some
turn
of
white
them-
on you.
No,
I don't
I
want
like
that.
that one too.
Oh, well,
'Cause
look
the
at
That's why I
you.
said the hardening of the wax
The
feels
hardening.
good, especially if it's
So
like in
you've
on
done
your
this
nipple or
before. So
something.
you've done this before. Wow.
A little bit, you know, back in the day.
Wow.
Back in the heyday.
Okay. Well,
All right, so you would do the wax and
I'll handcuff her. That's it.
handcuff
No
her.
blindfold, no feathers.
I think blindfold is
You
fun.
won't if she wants you to blindfold her.
What did she say?
You wouldn't do
Blindfold
that?
me.
But are you
I'll
seeing stuff
blindfold,
that?
yeah, I'll
But you
blindfold
don't
her.
want nothing. You don't want to do nothing. None of that.
I
telling
don't.
you,
Why
like,
would
you
I
it's
want to
too
be
much- it's
tickled?
too much
Like I'm a
control.
man.
It's
Why
not
would I
for
wanna-
you. I'm not saying
What
what,
the fuck I want to be tickled for?
I'm
Like,
not talking about for you. I'm saying what would you do
Fuck
to
is that
your
about?
mate? That's what I'm saying. What would
I'm
you
not
do?
playing with fellas because I'm allergic to cats. So I don't even want to be around no type of shit that got nothing to do with fur or anything.
Oh my goodness.
Once my allergies is activated,
This
the whole night is
motherfucker
fucked
fucking
up.
the whole night up,
Y'all be
sneezing and
the whole
shit.
time.
Sneezing, all the feathers go out the fucking
Nah,
room. You
no,
doing too
no
much.
feathers. Only thing we using is cuffs. I use a vibrator. I use a dildo. I stuff that. I hit it with the dildo. I might need a
Yeah,
timeout.
I want you to
I
do that.
might need a
You might
timeout.
fuck me up.
The
You
dildo.
gotta
I
use the
tell her
safe
bring toys. I might need a break. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
I just think, even though BDSM is a whole thing, I think for me, it just was fun to kind of like add a little bit of spice to the room. Like, granted, it's way deeper than what I'm talking about. There's some people that this is what they do.
I
This is
don't
what
think
they
I
like.
could
They
get
do
in-
cages, dungeons, and all that.
Sorry.
Would you want some rubber balls in your mouth like rap like
No, I
a
don't
red
want-
ball?
I don't like.
See,
I might
see,
be
here's-
gay. I'm fine.
Cause you could bite down on it.
I might get.
Maybe if I could bite down, if it's going to get to the
It
point where
tastes
I can
good.
gag on it, I
No,
would
it
go
sits
for
right in your mouth.
That is that I could probably do that, but I'm not. I don't
would
want
look
to do.
so hot with that.
I don't want to. I don't.
You would look hot with
You would
red
look
balls in your
so
mouth.
hot
I don't
with a
wanna
mouth
do-
gag.
Yes.
Mouth gag,
Because I feel
mouth
like that
gag.
might hurt. I think slavery.
So I agree with you because that was my mindset when I first saw it.
Is
and
that
I was-
about slavery?
not
I
slavery?
mean, you
but
see those are like. I'm just thinking, whips on my back and stuff. I don't
No,
want
no,
that.
no, no. I would say this: the first time I saw the scene in the whips, I was cringing. But being around it a little bit more, I was like, I want it to happen. So I do have somebody, and I do want him to do it. But I told him, I said, keep it very like.
When you gonna try anal though? Like you
I think
doing
I'm gonna
all
leave-
this other shit, but
I think
you
I'm
ain't
gonna
getting
leave-
nothing in your ass.
I'm gonna leave anal to everybody else. I heard a real bad story about the anal, and I'm scared.
You can't go by nobody
I don't
else's
give a fuck.
asshole.
And I
You
like
can't
my
do that.
asshole.
You've
Anal
been,
was
she
not
been trying
a-
this for a whole year and a half.
Yeah, you
Like,
have been taking a
what's
long
wrong
time
with
to
you?
do
I
that.
ain't doing it. I gave
But
up.
I'm not rushing you to do that because
Yeah, no.
even the thought of it makes me want to
For real?
clench my cheeks. You know?
All right, so you're saying your feathers.
The feather, I mean, but
The
I don't
feathers
really
was
know.
very sensual, and it was like a nice massage, but it was just a nice little tease.
I feel like the feather thing would have to be a short amount of time
and
because I feel
even
like I
the
would
whip,
get
the whip don't
annoyed,
have.
like,
They could just take the
okay.
whip and go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
like
think I would be like that. Can you do something else now?
Right.
With
I mean, well, they would.
Can you say that? Or is that too?
I think you can, and they talk to you throughout the scene, and then there's aftercare too. Like they rub you down.
Aftercare.
Yeah, you have to get aftercare.
You have to.
If you got whipped in a certain spot, they gotta rub you down, put ice on you, and do all that.
Oh my God.
So the one scene I saw,
Packing
the girl,
you guys.
she was like, "Oh my God, y'all see my bruises?" Like she was proud of the bruises that was on her body. I was like, well, "Okay, this is a little too much for me," but there's a lot of people that really enjoy it.
I know a lot of people like to be choked and stuff like that.
I like to be choked.
I think
Really?
Yeah, I like to be choked.
I think I would, to a certain. I'm just so afraid that what if you die? I would be like,
You gonna choke them that hard? Like,
I mean, isn't that what
The
that
fuck
y'all
you
like
doing?
that?
I don't want to feel like I got asthma, so bitch, I need to breathe. I don't need you to choke
Get
me.
his pump. Get his pump. Like, what are you
Put
doing?
your arms, put your hands around my neck, and just do this. I can fuck like this. But once I can't say a word, it's a fucking problem. Like, no, we can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know about the hitting and stuff because
No,
I
you
feel
can't
like
hit
eventually I'm gonna get mad, especially if you hit me.
Yeah.
I don't really even like my ass smacked that hard.
I don't mind my ass getting smacked.
It depends on
That's-
how hard
that's
you do
normal.
it. You gotta do it. in
But
a
everybody
certain
don't-
way.
what about
Some
getting
people
spit
do
on?
it too
What about
hard.
getting spit on?
We had this conversation.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
See,
Don't spit on me.
the spit is for me. I hate
Ho.
spit, and I don't want to. I'm not going to say anything, but I would prefer if you didn't.
Why are you
patooey.
spitting on me? Like,
Exactly.
no.
But I think it's just like how I know with oral men like
That's
all that
different.
spit
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
do.
But
Y'all
I
know.
hate. But in my mind, I don't like it. But of course,
I mean,
it's
you
gonna
have to
happen.
help keep
I
the thing
know, but
moved
it's
up.
just like when you think about how it's just
Whoa.
disgusting. I don't like.
You can't even
You
talk
almost
about it.
gagged about
It's
Wow.
disgusting. A spit is nasty. But I know it comes into play.
If you asking for it,
I know
the
if
spit.
you like it, you gotta whatever. But I don't necessarily want nobody to be like,
Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody
if
do
you
that.
hawk spit on me,
Ain't
we
nobody
fucking
doing
fight.
that. Ain't nobody doing that during sex. You could barely spit, period, during sex. 'Cause you probably ain't got nothing like your mouth ain't got no saliva anyway. So you
And I
know
think
with that, with
another
air.
part of this that I like too, like this corny shit like a swing. Like I've seen a sex swing and that shit is lit.
I want to try that.
And I want to
scared.
try
I
that.
gotta
Like
lose
I want
weight,
my
though.
hands tied up and I want to sit on the swing and then I'm just like,
Had somebody
Panel-
knock you off
yeah.
on the
That would be
swing.
with this,
decent.
that would be fun.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many things to do.
That's
not,
got the swing though.
But that's considered BDSM, the swing.
Yeah, I mean it's part of it.
Oh, okay.
All that bondage, all that strapping up, dungeons, all that shit.
the other thing with the handcuffs, like I would prefer handcuffs that I could get out of.
Yeah, for sure.
I want maybe some rubber handcuffs that I could do like this and get if I want to, but metal
No.
handcuffs on like a metal frame, hell no, because I'm too busy thinking like my mind
Because
is
you
always
paranoid for
Right,
some
just-
reason.
I would
Take
have
a
to
shot.
really let
Paranoid.
go.
You got bad nerves. Why you
I would
got
have to
so
take
bad?
a shot. I would have to be high or something because
Oh, yeah.
that's the only way I'm gonna be able to let my mind be free and just freely do it. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be like, what if it's a fire and the key is lost
And now
can't
you
get-
fucking
I'm
coming down
stuck,
the
I'm about
steps
to
with a
burn
fucking-
because I'm stuck to this damn thing. Like a headboard.
I can't. I mean, I feel like for me, it was just I like to continue to improve my sex life and to learn new things, and it was something different. Now, granted, there was some things I was like, I cannot do, but it's always open. I'm always open to like maybe trying. And I think the more I'm around it, I'm like, but I also, in the same token, want to make sure that the person knows what they're doing, and I don't want no regular hoe Joe down the street whipping the shit out of me. No, fuck
Right.
you. I don't know what you don't know what you're doing. So like some of these people, like they really know what they're doing because this is their lifestyle, quote unquote. But yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, BDSM is something to try. And even though we're not taking it to the farthest extent, I mean, it's good to add some spice. Maybe come up in that fucking room with a little whip and some latex on with you for you, you know what I mean? For
I
your
would do
man.
that. That's simple.
I like fun shit. Like
Yeah.
switch it up. Switch it up.
Well. Hey, y'all, listen, so we back, and I caught a lot of flack for my asshole of the week, but I'm not going to go into that just right now. I want to prepare y'all for that. But I got a crazy topic, right? So my question to you guys is this. But I got a crazy topic, right? So my question to you guys is this. How do you approach people of the opposite sex of a different race. Now, I seen my homies, go at white girl and really be white girls. It don't be no other race that they say this. Like when they go up to a white girl, they meet her and they be like, "Do you talk to black guys?" Like when you go up to Puerto Ricans and Indians, you don't say that shit to them. Like you don't say to an Indian or Mexican or something like, "Do you talk to black guys?" I only seen it when it's a black guy coming at a white girl, and mainly it's a white girl that's not like, you don't feel like she's from the hood,
right?
Or she be around
she
black
white.
people. You know what I mean? She white, like mainline white. You know what I'm saying?
See, like or more white.
Right. So how do you approach somebody of a different race, of the opposite sex? Like how would you come at a white guy from the main
You
line?
got the experience.
I think one, being yourself. I feel like I'm probably gonna do a corny joke or like make them laugh. Like if I'm gonna sit at the bar, cause I'll go to the bar all the time and I'm by myself. And if it's a white guy in there that's probably cute, and I want to talk to him, I probably just be like, make him laugh, do something corny like that. But I would never say like, do you like black girls? The funny thing about it is I would have to catch his vibe, and if I see that his vibe is that he's like laughing at my little corny jokes or entertained by my shenanigans, then I'll just
You can't go for that. White people do that all the time.
No. But you can tell. I would say.
I don't.
They could be laughing for you to shut the fuck up,
No.
or they could be laughing because they
But
do like.
That's why I didn't say laughing. I said catch his vibe. Like you can tell when somebody's giving you that, or if they're like really like, oh, okay, like you can tell. Like I've been at Fridays, sitting at that motherfucking bar and end up talking to somebody for a long time. So I, like she said, I have dated white people, so it's not uncommon for me. But it's also because I grew up around white people. So
Yeah, you from Jersey, so we expect that.
Yeah. So I mean, I really
If you was
don't.
from North, then I'd be like.
And that's the thing, because I'm from Jersey. I guess I
What
don't.
part of Jersey you from?
I was born in Camden and I lived in Lindenwold.
Oh shit.
Camden and Lindenwold.
Lindenwold. First of all, I lived on the suburban side. I had my tires swinging, my little
downtown in Camden.
No, I didn't. But no, seriously, I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably act the same, so I don't really have a difference. I don't really do anything different. But there's been white guys recently that try to talk to me. The one white guy, he's really into black girls. He doesn't act like a black guy, but he just really is into black women, like you just said. So me and him kind of talked for a little bit. He was cool. Like I would go over there, smoke weed with him, chill,
You let him
go
hit?
out. No, we ain't never had sex, but we would
Why
go
not?
out. We just did. I don't know. We just
Corny,
did.
you corny.
That's fine.
You corny.
We went on a couple dates. Yeah. What?
Y'all went on a couple days.
Yeah.
What happened when he dropped you off?
Nothing.
He said bye. I said bye.
Right.
See?
That's how white people date.
What?
See? Thank
I
you.
have the
They actually,
best
Why
they
you
drop you off and let you walk you to your house
Nigga-
and not try to fuck.
Nigga be like, okay, I use the bathroom. Like,
Right, no,
I'm
fuck
trying,
you.
I'm trying to
Really
get
gotta
it.
pee.
Like, no.
And I'm gonna
They
pee
actually
on
will
you.
walk you to your door, give you a nice hug.
Oh, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't
Black
doing
guys walk to be like, bitch, can I come in?
Like,
You fucking or no?
Like,
It's like,
First of all, they try.
I'm
They ain't even
joking.
take your ass on no day. They try to just get straight to the crib. Oh, we ain't Netflixing and chilling. No, nigga, we not Netflix.
Don't nobody Netflix and chill no more. That shit. Don't nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. But they also, oh, let me come through real quick. You cooking low.
that
can I
should
get a
have
plate?
made you want to give him some because he did shit out,
Now, I'm not
out
saying
ordinary, out the ordinary though. You should have been like, damn, he didn't even ask, could he come up?
Right, exactly. No, but it was cool. I don't know why we stopped talking, but it just faded
Because he
out.
found a black girl that gave him some pussy.
Right, because she ain't
Fuck
hit.
you talking
They
about,
let him hit.
like,
That's what it was.
I was a gentleman
I
for
was
3
like, I ain't
dates.
fucking with that bitch no more. She
3
ain't
dates.
even-
Walked into the door, opened her fucking car door, and he couldn't even get a hand job. You know what?
White people love hand jobs. Hand jobs are a lot of work. That fucking upper forearm muscle is like serious. That shit is real.
I wanted to know mostly because I don't approach people like that at all. And normally I am way more aggressive when I'm not attracted to you than I am when I am. Because I can approach somebody. No, I can approach you if I'm not interested in you.
So are you saying so what would you do with a white guy?
I'm saying either way, it doesn't matter.
Or any
if,
other
if
race.
I was approaching a guy, I would approach them all the same way, depending on with my normal personality. I'm not going to approach somebody based on their race. I mean, I don't really think it matters.
Have you dated white men?
When I don't think it counts. I was younger, but not as an adult. I would date white men, but I haven't and I mean, like if I would still be like, if I was attracted to them, I wouldn't even 9 times out of 10 know if they liked me, because I'm just gonna assume that white guys don't like
I think
plus
you would be
size
good
black
with-
women.
What? They love it. What?
I'm always thinking
What?
they
Every
only
time I go to a
What?
party, they want to fuck me. They want us. What?
What?
Chocolate.
I mean, I see people stare at me all the time. But they might.
That's what they want.
But
That's
you know,
what they
scared.
want.
no.
They want that shit.
Daddy.
Me
I'm
myself,
not gonna say
as a
anything.
guy, I don't know how I would approach a white girl.
Do you like black guys?
Because
Like,
number
that's
one,
so weird.
I say nigga too much. So I don't want to make her uncomfortable. Like,
Right, she's
what
like,
you doing? I'm chilling with my niggas, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I don't know how to censor that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
You
It
are
would
bringing
be
two
hard.
cultures together though, and like you
Yeah.
have to.
It'd be
You know what I
hard.
mean? Like I told you, he was the guy I used to date. He was Italian. His mom did not fuck with me, but he, you know, that Italian mom and son relationship.
She must
is,
have been a South
He
Philly
can say what the
mom.
fuck he used to say to mom, so she used to talk shit to him. I mean, he used to talk shit to her like, "Mom, that's my girl, yo, chill, cook her food." Like I'm like, oh, this
No, I ain't
Well,
eating that
you
shit.
said the whole thing. Like, I would think you would have to be more cautious about approaching like Hispanic men. A lot of them don't like black people, especially
If
Really?
not,
I
nah.
have Puerto
In Philly,
I'm
no,
talking-
you ain't got to
talking
worry about that in Philly.
I'm talking about like the women, yeah, but you know, a lot of especially Mexican families are racist against black people. It's a whole lot of Asian families that don't like black people and all of that.
I feel like Philly
The
is
Asian
I
men,
feel like
on
Philly
the
is a
other
big
hand-
mosh pit of like races that love each other.
I agree, but you know.
Cause I had a little bit of everything.
Not me. I ain't never have. I want an African, but we'll talk about that some other time. All right, so listen. I was really taken back by this statement, man, and
The pain in the air.
God, the lovable asshole. No, she not even getting lovable. The asshole of the week, and I'm not gonna call this girl an asshole. I'm just gonna say the statement she made was the asshole. Was Steph Curry's wife, and how she just felt some type of way that she doesn't get hit on no more, or don't get hit on, period. And then she was on Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk.
Red table talk.
And Jada Pinkett has said, you know, at her age, she felt that way too, that she wasn't getting hit on and all that stuff. And I didn't know how I felt about that, because I'm looking at it like, damn, you got a good guy, famous, rich, and treat you right. I mean, what more can you ask for out of your relationship or your marriage? And you just felt like, I just feel like, you know, I don't get hit on. That doesn't come to me. When if it was a man saying that, if a man said that, right? If a man said he felt some type of way about him not getting hit on, we would be called ignorant, selfish, inconsiderate, ungrateful. Why you worried about these other bitches? Why you want to be entertained by this person, that person, when you got this at home, or this person bring this to the table? But when a woman does it, y'all need to understand, okay, that women, we feel a certain type of way. We got some type of insecurities. Insecurity should, and this is just my opinion,
We know.
that insecurities should come from if maybe, especially in your marriage, if your husband put you in that position, like if he cheated on you a lot. So if he got a lot of female friends, you feel a little insecure about him going out with certain women because he did you dirty before. Or if your man didn't compliment you all the time, then I will understand, like, damn, he don't compliment her. But that's not the case. The case is I just miss not getting hit on. And I'm married to a successful 2-time MVP, 3-time NBA champion with his own sneaker line, living the best life. But I'm worried about jabronis not giving me a fucking compliment.
Jabronis.
So I know women on this panel gonna just agree with Ayesha Curry. I just know that you guys are. I totally don't agree with nothing she said. I don't care if she was young or old. Pay attention to what you got right now. Pay attention to what you have right now that's in front of you. Because at any given day, you know, what you have can be gone. You got somebody that's treating you right. Like, he ain't getting caught up in no scandals, no videos, nothing like that. He taking care of home. You and your kids. So it doesn't matter how you look, right? Your man or your husband is there to encourage you. Hey, baby, I don't care how you feel. You look good to me. I don't care if you got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. You look good to me. That's the only thing that should matter. Everything outside of that, you shouldn't even pay none of that shit no mind.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to the editing team for the Red Table Talk because
they did edit a lot.
They
edited a lot of shit.
Clickbait for her saying that
because they ain't get her crying. They ain't get her crying and shit.
No, but
she was crying her ass off.
No, the thing is there was a whole
other discussion,
other portion of it before that comment came up. So everybody just took that one clip.
Well, I seen the whole
of her
thing
response. Though. But still, if you can't tell me that, well, you can. You just did. After you saw that whole clip, you don't understand the context of what she was saying. The context of what she was saying was not as bad as how it came off in that clip that they showed. So I think that she is justified in feeling the way that she feels because everybody wants to feel like they still have it. It's just the platform that she's on, the person that she's married to makes it where she wouldn't experience that at all. I am 100% sure, just like everybody at that table told her, that she does not want that attention and she's not looking for it. That's why she doesn't notice it. What she should have been understanding is the reason why people don't do that, what she was talking about. And it is because people respect her, respect her marriage and stuff like that. So, you mean, kudos to her for having the guts to say
right,
it.
And that's
she knew
really,
she was
for
going to
me,
get backlash. She probably didn't know it was going to be as bad. But I think that what she said is something that people go through all the time.
And that's one, and I think there was one word that somebody said that she's insecure. I don't think she's insecure. I think that...
How you don't think she's insecure?
Because I don't think she's insecure. I feel like as women, we sit at the table and talk about stuff all the time. People don't hear it. Now, at the Red Table Talk, everybody hears is saying, I think she was vulnerable. I think she was very open, and it's hard to say that and knowing that these are going to be the responses that you get because I think she's very secure woman. But I think I get the point of like, oh, everybody want to feel wanted and knowing that. And it's really bigger than the looks thing is that my man is here and I am here. And that's a dynamic that women in people, not I'm not going to say people in relationship, but when you have somebody that's bigger than you in a relationship, they are the star. They are the person that everybody's looking for. So you always are trying to find your own lane and look for your own attention and not just be Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry's wife. And I think that's what it really is about. It really comes down to that.
Is she has her own lane.
She does.
But it's still being overshadowed by Steph Curry.
Her own lane was built under that. Well, not right. No, but
it was.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that to me is the bigger insecurity of just being a wife.
If this was a man, if this was a fucking man, getting in his own way, because that's what she doing.
I don't think she's getting her own way.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She made a good comment. She made a comment. How long?
But at the end of the day,
you knew he was a superstar.
He ain't gonna go nowhere.
Of course he ain't gonna go nowhere.
So she ain't getting her own way.
No, she is getting her own way.
Because at the end of the day,
she's getting her own way
because there's a lot of people that still support her. Because there's a lot of women that agree with those comments. There's a lot of people. I saw
a lot of single women too. Oh, geez, a lot of single women.
I think
a lot of single women agree with.
Probably suffer from that more than.
And then I think unfortunately they can't even talk about it because this is the responses they get. Right. So they got to be hushed. They can't talk about their feelings or how they feel because then people are going to judge them on how they're feeling.
Right.
So luckily that might be therapy for her to go to the table talk and get that out there because that for me that's what would be therapy.
All right, but look, what if a man said that? How would y'all feel about that if a man said that?
I think there are men that feel like that. That whole situation.
That's not what I asked you. Well, that's not what I asked you.
I would probably agree with him.
You would not agree with no man that's going to say.
If it's the case, I would.
Right, because there's men that are less like Oprah and what's the guy name? Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Oprah don't fuck with Stedman. Oprah fucks with Gail.
Good night.
Bottom line. All right, y'all. So listen, we out of here.
Gail always got you though.
Y'all act like Stedman is the front runner. Like bottom line. All right, I'm getting told to wrap up. So
thank God, because you about to get hyped up.
Yeah. Make sure y'all tune in to us on all streaming platforms every Wednesday at 6 p.m. We are the Uncensored Podcast right here on Wood Ice Radio.